Gog and Magog are human beings. But they are human beings who are also given power by Allah. And they use that power for a specific purpose. That power is used to oppress. While in the case of Zulkarnain, he uses his power to punish the oppressor. So they are opposites. The people in that area turned to Zulkarnain and asked him, can you protect us from these evil people, Gog and Magog, who are so powerful and use their power to oppress? And he built a barrier with iron, blocks of iron. And he then said, when Allah chooses, Allah is going to bring down the barrier. When the barrier is brought down, then Gog and Magog will be released. And when they are released, then said our Prophet, Allah's blessings be upon him, that the first of them will pass by the Sea of Galilee and start to drink the water. And by the time the last of them pass, they will say, there used to be water here. Okay, so now let's go to the map, shall we? Okay, here we are. This is the Holy Land here, and the Sea of Galilee is north of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is somewhere here. Here we are, Jerusalem, and the Sea of Galilee will be somewhere here. Okay? Are you following me? Good. So if you know a little bit of geography, you have to come to the conclusion that if Gog and Magog are going to Jerusalem, and that's their destination, Jerusalem, the hadith does not say Jerusalem, it says Baytul Maqdis. They're going to Jerusalem, that's their destination, and on their way to Jerusalem they have to pass by the Sea of Galilee. Implication is they're coming from the north. They're coming from the north. So now we have to look to the north of Jerusalem to see where there is water. And when we look to the north of Jerusalem to see where there is water, there are only two bodies of water. There's one over here which is called the Mediterranean Sea, okay? And over there, there's another one called the Black Sea. The Mediterranean Sea does not qualify as Aynun Hamiyah, a body of water which is dark and murky, because visibility is good. You can see deep down, a few meters. But the Black Sea is precisely that, the Black Sea. That's why they gave it the name, the Black Sea. Because it is Aynun Hamiyah, exactly what Allah says in the Quran, Aynun Hamiyah. A body of water which is so dark and murky that visibility is probably only 1 meter. It is to this Black Sea that he traveled when he traveled to the setting of the sun. There is no third option. It's either the Mediterranean Sea or the Black Sea. There is no third one. We have eliminated the Mediterranean Sea, so we are absolutely confident in ourselves and our conclusion that Zulkarnain traveled in the direction of the Black Sea. So he has to be traveling here. If he traveled in the direction of the setting of the sun and he came to the Black Sea, then when he traveled in the opposite direction, he'd come to the Caspian Sea. That's right. And in between the Black Sea and the Caspian Sea, there is a range of mountains which last from this sea to that sea. What are they called? What are they called? The Caucasus Mountains. And in the Caucasus Mountains there is one pass Only one, and it's called the Dariel Gorge. And that's where Zulkarnain built the barrier. And Gog and Magog were then contained, or to use the language of a game called chess. Zulkarnain checkmated them. Checkmated them, okay? He has power, and he uses his power to punish the oppressor. They have power, Gog and Magog, but they use their power to oppress. So he checkmated them. Over here, right here, between these two seas is the Caucasus Mountains. In the Quran, Allah refers to Gog and Magog while speaking about a town. And he says the town was destroyed, the people of the town were expelled, and then a ban was placed on them that they could never return to this town to reclaim it as their own until, number one, Gog and Magog are released, and number two, they spread out in all directions, and with their irresistible power, they take control of the world in the world order of Gog and Magog. When that happens, then you'll see these people coming back to the town to reclaim it as their own. Which town is it? The answer is now very well known. It's Jerusalem. So when you see the Jews being brought back, we're talking now about the Israelite Jews, not the European Jews. When you see the Israelite Jews being brought back to the Holy Land from Yemen, from Iraq, from Syria, from Egypt, from Morocco, all over the world, where they were spread out. وَقَطَّعْنَاهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ أُمَمٍ. And you see them being brought back to the Holy Land to reclaim it as their own. And you see a state of Israel being restored in the Holy Land. And you see that state of Israel rising to become a ruling state in the world. Then you must know, it's Gog and Magog. It's Gog and Magog who is doing it. Okay? So now we have a very clear picture before us here. The first of them will leave this area when they are released, and they will start moving to this area. And they will pass by the Sea of Galilee and start to drink the water. So when you see the water level in the Sea of Galilee going down lower and lower and lower and lower, you know that a lot of them have already passed. And by the time the Sea of Galilee dries up and there is no more water, they have all left the north and they have reached to the Holy Land. Where are we now? Because this is our lecture, an Islamic eschatological view of the state of the world today. Answer? Just look at the Sea of Galilee and you'd know. A little island just appeared in the Sea of Galilee maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, which was not there before. The Sea of Galilee is going down. It is in irreversible decline. It's just a matter of time now before it dries up. Indicating that most of Gog and Magog have already come this way. Now comes a new analysis that I have never given before, because knowledge comes to me every day. Little bit, yeah. If Gog and Magog are leaving the north and coming to the south, and when the water level is very low, the implications will be that most of them have already come to the south. It means that the power of Gog and Magog is being concentrated in the south, in the Holy Land and around the Holy Land, the Arab world. And the power of Gog and Magog is weakening in the north. And so a window of opportunity now exists. And when the war takes place, the Prophet said, alayhi salatu wassalam, that the event which will follow the Malhama is the conquest of Constantinople. Once there is a conquest of Constantinople, the implication would be that Gog and Magog have suffered a significant military defeat. In other words, the backbone of Gog and Magog is breaking in the north, while it is still strong in the south, in the Arab world. The Arabs are going to be destroyed, said the Prophet ﷺ. أَنُهْلَكُ وَفِينَا الصَّالِحُونَ, she asked, Zainab radiallahu ta'ala, will we Arabs be destroyed even though there are righteous people amongst us? He said, Na'am, indicating that this is not punishment from Allah. No. They are righteous people, and yet they're being destroyed. This is something which is occurring in the historical purpose for a specific reason, unconnected with punishment. Why will Allah allow the Arabs to be destroyed? Answer, he said to his son, Ya Bunayya,